Is Wemix about to collapse? Greetings crypto bros and Wemix believers. I wanted to make a video discussing my personal opinion on the current state of Wemix and why I believe it could be on the verge of collapse. This video will mainly touch on some points I noted down, but is mostly an informal discussion to voice my thoughts on Wemix and its current state. If you're unfamiliar with Wemix, it is a Web3 ecosystem providing various services from video games to decentralized crypto finances. I joined Wemix in February of 2022 with the release of Gunship Battle Crypto Conflict, which is a part of the Wemix Play platform. Since then, the token has decreased from around $3 per token to around 60 cents USD, I should say. So it's lost most of its value, I think about like 60-70%. I believe this decline is due to the following factors: the Wemix delisting, a loss of identity, increasing supply with the CEO's unwillingness to burn the supply, free token handouts to pointless initiatives, and Wemix Play game developers being greedy and unsupportive of the play-to-earn aspect that is supposed to be one of the focuses of their game on the platform. And then also, no roadmap for the future of the platform. So to get started with the Wemix delisting, if you're unaware, Wemix got delisted from a bunch of South Korean crypto exchanges back into like November or December of 2022. And I'm pretty sure it's still delisted. I think the only way that the token can come back from the like 60 or 70% decrease value is if they re-enter the South Korean crypto exchanges. And on top of that, I think they need to get listed on Binance. And I think, in my opinion, that's the only way to regain investors' trust, because even if they were to get relisted on all the South Korean exchanges and it, like, shot back up to, like, 3 USD, I think, like, to kind of make it up to the community and to, like, further restore trust beyond just, like, setting existing things right to what they were before, they need to, like, go above and beyond and, like, get onto new platforms, such as Binance. That will go a long way in making the token kind of more valuable and, encourage people to actually start investing in it again. The second thing is a loss of identity, and basically by that, I mean that when I joined the platform, to me it seemed like the main and pretty much only function of Wemix at the time was mainly involving Wemix Play, which was centered around, various games with, like, things like tokenomics and NFTs, like, from the game themselves. Like, Wemix has their own games, like the Mer series. They have a bunch of games like that. But I've noticed recently that Wemix has been doing tons of other stuff that are kind of outside of Wemix Play, and, like, they're just, like, general NFTs that aren't really attached to any, like, game or anything. It's just literal, like, normal NFTs. And they're doing a lot of other, like, crypto-related, like, finance stuff, which, is fine, but I feel like they've completely abandoned, like, their, what kind of set them apart and what made me, like, want to be a part of the ecosystem, which was the fact that it was involving, like, Web3 gaming with tokenomics and that kind of thing. So, like, kind of branch from that, one thing I've noticed as well is that the games that are being onboarded, whether, like, they were onboarded before Wemix got delisted, a lot of them are kind of just, like, abandoned entirely, or the team very clearly, like, doesn't care about the pay-to-earn aspect. For example, the one game that comes to mind as, what's in the background, Gunship Battle Crypto Conflict, that game is kind of, like, abandoned at the moment. I'm actually making a second video specifically about Crypto Conflict, which, if it's out by the time you're watching this, I'll try and include, like, a card or a link in the description, if you want to check that out. But, yeah, Gunship Battle's been kind of, like, abandoned since the token got delisted, even though it came out, like, about 6 months before the token was delisted. And then for developers not caring about the blockchain functionality, first of all, you know, again, you could cite crypto conflict as well, but every farm is like a farming kind of game on Wemix Play, and they, like the development team, they claim to care about, like, you know, the play to earn aspect, but pretty much like every single thing that they're doing is contrary to, you know, boosting the cryptocurrency. They keep increasing the amount of like tokens people can mint every day, then just like flooding the market with supply and like killing the token value and just causing like so many people to lose money. So it's pretty evident they don't really give a damn. I might end up making a separate video on them too. But yeah, speaking of increasing supply, with Wemix itself, I was looking at their like most recent financial report not too long ago, and I think their supply has increased by like 2 or 3 million at least. I forget the exact number off the top of my head, but the supply is increasing, and if you watch the talks that happen every like 3 months, I think, with the CEO, the CEO seems to be kind of against burning Wemix tokens. So in other words, the supply is like kind of increasing still, and because it's been delisted on so many exchanges, and you know, they're also, because they're taking focus away from Wemix Play, which is how people, I think, are minting the tokens, and also, you know, why people buy Wemix is to, you know, put it into the platform and, you know, use it to get the game tokens for stuff that they're playing. So because, you know, it was delisted and all this other stuff, the token value's gone down, there's less people buying the tokens, there's still people, like, minting lots of tokens, so, like, the supply's increasing. The CEO says that burning doesn't really, like, solve much in the long term, so he's kind of against burning stuff. So we may not see a burn happen in, like, you know, a really long time. So that was kind of contributing to the ecosystem dying as a whole. And also, I guess one of the last, well, also free token handouts. I couldn't find it when I was looking for a picture of it to maybe include, but I'm pretty sure that at one point the CEO was like giving away tokens to like the UN and like some other like sort of initiatives, and like, you know, that was when the token value was like plummeting, and it was like helping to contribute further to the token declining. But my last sort of point that I wanted to like talk about, you know, just my general thoughts, is I haven't really seen a roadmap for the future of the platform. As I mentioned, like throughout this, with my sort of like general thoughts, the platform seems to be like free-falling for various reasons, and there isn't really any like future for the company that's really being described. The only thing that they've mentioned is like, you know, obviously trying to get the token relisted, but once the token's relisted, I'm not like seeing them say anything about like what they're planning on doing next to like boost the platform. Pretty much the only thing I ever like hear about them, like what their kind of goal is to, you know, like increase like transparency in an effort to like get the tokens relisted, and then, you know, there's a chance it might get listed on Binance. So overall, if you look at all these factors, like the Wemix delisting, loss of identity, increased supply with CEOs' unwillingness to burn the tokens, free token handouts, and the Wemix Play developers like that are getting their games onboarded, just not giving a damn and kind of like screwing over players. Like they prefer using, you know, getting people to use fiat instead of the actual crypto for the game. So, you know, it kind of defeats the purpose of a play-to-earn game. And then also no, like, clarity on the roadmap. I think all these things are pointing to, like, a severe decline of the Wemix ecosystem, and honestly, like, I'm not really, you know, I don't really have high hopes for the platform, but let me know what you guys think in the comments, and yeah, I look forward to seeing what you have to say.